Six-year senior, been in this series for a long time, Rodney Paulk. Questions for Rodney? Rodney, did it?
Rodney, as they mentioned, you're a six-year guy. This would be your fourth win over Clemson. What would that mean to you, since basically in the history of the rivalry, there's not even been, hardly been a senior class here that's gotten 4 wins over Clemson?
I mean, it'll mean a lot to me. Like I said, it's never really been done here at University of South Carolina. And I would love, to pretty much be a part of that. So.
Rodney, when you watch Clemson's offense on film, do you see anything that NC State or even Virginia Tech did that looked particularly effective against them? Because those were the 2 games where they really didn't put up a ton of yards. What were they able to do in particular that was effective against them?
From looking at it, they played the sound of football, against the State now. But one thing about Clemson that they have is they come in fast. They have the opportunity to make big plays out there. So, we got to bring our A game to the ballpark this weekend, and execute, play the sound of football.
How much will this test your guys' open field tackling? Just because, as you said, that's sort of what they do. They want to get those guys out in space. How much will this kind of test that for you all? And how do you feel like, I assume you feel like you've done a pretty good job considering your defense is good, but what about that, testing it, and how do you feel like you've done that?
Well, obviously it is going to test us a lot, but I feel good about our players, and our players feel good about each other, that we can go out there and make those plays. We are considered, one of the top defenses out there, but in order to stay on top, we got to go out there and make those easy tackles and tackles that we need to win the ball.
Okay.
I think last game, you came off the field with the team in tackles. To sort of remind you of the fact that maybe your freshman, sophomore years when you really played a lot?
Yeah, it really did. It felt good just to be out there, just be out there and play the whole game, but obviously we had injuries. That's what came out there on the field, but like I'm ready to step up, at any time.
Rodney, what would it mean to this year's group of seniors to finish strong and maybe accomplish some stuff that hadn't been accomplished by any senior class?
It'll mean a lot. Like I said, we have a chance to pretty much go down in history, to do really big things here at the University of South Carolina. So, we plan on excelling, and we plan on going to the game and winning. So.
Rodney, being from Columbia, how much do you hear from old friends and family about how important it is to win this game throughout the year?
Well, the fans, everybody's talking about, you got to be Clemson, you got to be Clemson. We know what we need to do to execute and to beat Clemson, So, it all starts with us, starting from Coach Barrett to the assistant coaches to us, So, we're going to go out there and keep practicing hard. We saw we had a good practice yesterday. We're going to continue to keep going out there and practicing hard this week so we can be prepared for them.
Rodney, last time you guys played a really prolific offense in Arkansas, you didn't play, I'm sure, as well as you would have hoped to have played. Obviously, you're not thinking about that game this week, but is there kind of an understanding that here's another chance to show how, as you alluded to, how good this defense is against a prolific offense when maybe it didn't go quite as well last time against another really good one?
Like I said, this is a big opportunity, for us. We have a chance, for redemption to show how good that we really are on defense. Arkansas, they really exploited us a lot, but we plan on, like I said, bringing our A game to the ballpark this weekend, and just proving, to the world, to the nation, to our fans, that we are capable of stopping the prolific offense.
Last several weeks, Clemson's been turning the football over. Do you see this as an opportunity that, while a team's confidence is shaken, that, one of the things you guys have done really well is get the football away from the team? Do you feel like that plays into your strengths, that, maybe you can get 3 or 4 turnovers from this and really help your offense out?
Well, obviously, they say they have been turning the ball over, but our job as defensive players and as a team really is to take advantage of those opportunities. Turnovers are a real big part of the game. In order for us to win this game, we got to get turnovers. So we got to, we see the ball on the ground, we got to get to it. We just got to take advantage of every opportunity we have out there. So that might just be, the ceiling point of this game.
From watching film of their game against NC State versus earlier films, can you talk a little bit about the impact and the differences you see when Sammy Watkins is out on the field, number 1, and number 2, your impressions of the way Taj Boyd has played this year?
Well, Sammy Watkins, like I said, he might just be the freshman of the year. He's a heck of an athlete. He's fast, he's explosive. He's great on special teams and offense as well. But like I said, obviously they didn't have him on NC State game, and it really shows. But they're probably gonna have him this week. But like I said, we just got. We can't really focus too much on specific players. We gotta focus on ourselves. That's where it starts. With just us. Just coming together as a defense, and us executing, us doing what the coaches tell us to do. You know, so I mean, we plan on going out there, like I said, just bringing that. We plan on going out there, you know, and making it a very memorable moment. You know, we plan on going out there and winning as well. You know, so you know, and Todd, I mean, he's a real good quarterback. You know, he's dual threat. He can run, he can throw. You know, I mean, he's a big guy. So you know, but we're ready to play. You know, I feel that we will be ready to play come Saturday.
What is your view of Clemson coming off the loss of North Carolina State?
You said what up?
What is your view of Clemson coming off the loss of North Carolina State?
What's my view of Clemson?
Yes, coming off that loss.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously they're going to come in here, you know, ready to play. I mean, they have, you know, they did get embarrassed against NC State. You know, they're going to come out here, you know, with a vengeance. You know, we know that come to the game, but like I said, we're going to go out there and play our game. You know, we can't always, you know, up it or down it, you know, according to the opponent. We just got to go out there and play the best that we can. You know, and like I said, we will be ready to play.
Last week, the linebackers got hit real hard by injuries. Although I guess they kind of wore on you as far as the way things were. How are they looking for this coming game?
I mean, they did. I mean, like I said, still, they really did. You know, all the cut blocking and everything. They really did hurt us a lot. But I mean, I feel that we will be ready to play. I mean, you know, Reggie Barnes should be back. You know, Shaq Wilson should be back. You know, so hopefully you can get Quinn back, Chris Wood back into care. So I mean, I feel confident, you know, that everybody will be back and ready for the game. So.
Rodney, Ellis Johnson has been in this rivalry for so long. How much the last 2 years, how much time has he spent kind of educating the team on the rivalry, and kind of what's his message to y'all this year?
Well, basically, I mean, mainly he's been talking, I mean, we haven't really, like, focused maybe on clips like earlier. We've been focusing on the teams at hand, you know, for each week. But you know, he has, you know, reiterated us, you know, about the rivalry. But basically, like I said before, you know, just going out there and executing. You know, and like I said, it starts with us, you know, and in order for us to win this ball game, you know, defense is going to have to step it up a lot, you know. So pretty much, you know, we're not focusing so much on the rivalry, but focusing so much on ourselves and that we execute and get the plays and get the calls at hand. So.
Rodney, you talked about practicing hard. Are practice a little more intense before this game? You guys think it's a little bit more serious, and is there a chance to kind of show the young guys what it takes to get up to this rivalry?
You said, is it a little bit more intense? I mean, I guess you could say the focus is a lot more in tune. I mean, I want to say more intense, but the focus of the game is a lot more in tune. I say it is the last, you know, regular season game, you know, and it is a rivalry. Let's say we're playing for the state championship this week. You know, so I mean, let's say it is another game on our schedule, but like I said, we are a little bit more in tune in this game, you know what I mean? But like I said, we know in order for us, you know, to have a great year, you know, we still got to beat this team. So like I said, it's the next game, the next point on our schedule. So I mean, obviously, you know, we're all gonna go out there and focus a lot more, you know, and be a lot more in tune for this week.
I know you've been here 6 years, but I think you have the opportunity, one of the few players in U.S. history, to have 4 wins over Clemson in your time here at USC. Does that mean any special thing to you?
I mean, yes, it does mean a lot. You know, like I said, it hasn't been done. We have the opportunity to make history here at the University of South Carolina, but I said it means a lot, you know. It just, like I said, our focus, you know, pretty much is going through this game and winning the game. You know, our focus is everybody doing their assignment, you know, being accountable to themselves, having everybody be dependable, you know, on everybody. So, I mean, like I said, we're going to go out there and have fun. We're just ready to play.
Rodney, Clemson did recruit you, did they?
Actually, they did what they initially did, and they, you know, backed off. But, you know, that was history.
Just because you kind of said, nah, I'm not really interested in it.
Well, I mean, they had their reasons, you know. I'm not getting all into that, but like I said, I'm a South Carolina Gamecock. I'm proud to be one, you know what I mean. And this has probably been the best decision I made throughout my life. So
just kind of in the recruiting as a whole, and nothing to do with Clemson and South Carolina. But when you could remember going back in the recruiting process and going to games on unofficial visits, there'll be a lot of kids here in like the class of 2013 coming up. You know, kids who are juniors, sophomores, that sort of thing. Was there a game that you went to, that you came through here, or that you went to at another school, and you don't have to name it, where the atmosphere was either great or not good, or they won or they didn't play well, and that kind of stuck with you as an initial impression of that school, and kind of started you lean that one way? Not that made you decide, but the initial impression.
I would have said it's actually kind of a hard question to ask, because I mean, you know, when South Carolina started recruiting me, I mean, I had a good inkling, you know, that I really wanted to go here. You know, so I'm figuring that, you know, it is close to home, and my mom works here, you know what I mean, I can play in front of friends and family and everything, you know. But like I said, ever since they started recruiting me, I had a, you know, basic they see that I was with Columbia. So I mean, it wasn't like a big okay, let me see the atmosphere. This and that. I kind of pretty much already knew where I wanted to go, but I still was open in a way. But like I said, I wound up coming here, and I made a great decision.
What do you notice about some of the kids on the sidelines that you at games, or when they're able to come into the locker room afterwards? Guys who are young, about sort of the wide-eyed and all that. Do you kind of notice that? I imagine that might be a little amusing, but what do you notice about that with those?
Well, I mean, like I said, they're they're young, and they're coming in, it's like, wow, this is college, and seeing all us going out there and play the game, being an actual college atmosphere. I was there at one time, and I was just like them, wide-eyed, like, hey, can I get this, can I get the gloves, stuff like that, but, I mean, that's all a part of a process, throughout growing up. And I said, once you get here, it's a whole different world. I said, I mean, it's actual business. I mean, you gotta have fun, it's actual business, and like, you become a part of the actual family that's here. So, I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Anything else for Rodney? A reminder that Rodney has played in more games than anyone in school history. 56. 56?
I just played the game.
It's going to be a hard record to break.
Whose glove did you get when you were in initial visit?
Whose gloves did I get? I had, I can't even remember. I can't.
Somebody's though, right?